Okay, we're going to call to order the Almont Downtown Development Authority March 25th, 2026 meeting. It is 7:01 p.m. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Scott White.
Present.
Steve Schneider.
Present.
Tim Dyke.
Present.
Holly Miller.
Present.
Melissa Schneider. Present. Charlie Kroll.
Present.
Julie Johnson.
Do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda?
We do, and they are in their own packet. Under finance, we have 5 quarter through budget amendments and 6 streetscape damage.
Do we have any communications?
Oh, sorry. Also, this is in addition to the agenda, but I have the second quote for finance number 3. So,
Okay. Any communications?
no.
No public, so no public comments. I need approval of consent agenda, please.
Second.
Motion made by Steve, seconded by Scott. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Approval of minutes, item A. We need approval of the February 25th, 2026 meeting minutes.
I have edited. I do have one thing to bring to attention.
Is it the same as mine?
Is it? Yeah. We're actually top of page 4, B1. The motion was made by Julie Johnson and supported by Julie Johnson.
So
Oh,
whoever might remember who supported
Sorry.
it. So
yeah, I'll correct that.
yeah.
That was the one I saw too.
So yeah.
Good
so
job.
yeah, we wanted to be just right. Everything else looked fine. And if we have a correction for that, I'd move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion by Steve, seconded by Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Approval of bills payable.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills as stated on here for $133.97.
Motion made by Scott, supported by Tim. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Treasurer's report, item A, January revenue and expenditure report. That's loud.
Motion to approve the January revenue and expenditure report as presented.
Support.
Motion made by Tim, supported by Steve. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item B, January check disbursement.
The check disbursement sheet says 2/1 to 2/28.
There's 2 of them in there.
There's
Oh,
One
two.
two
before
of
that,
them.
I go a
Yeah.
little bit further back. Should be right after the January revenue, unless you're missing a page.
I'll make a motion to approve January's check disbursement.
Second.
Motion made by Melissa, supported by Charlie. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? I would like to, again, request that we get copies of all the bills that we are paying. I know it's been a rough couple months, but if we could have those next month, I would appreciate it. Item C, February revenue and expenditure report.
motion to approve the February revenue and expenditure report as presented.
Support.
Motion made by Tim, supported by, was that you, Julie? Oh, that was Melissa. Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Item D, February check disbursement. East Washington Elevators, is at the Salt, Angela?
Yes.
That's what I assumed. I just want to check.
The finesse ice.
Ice carving for
Oh.
Chili
Drinks.
Motion to approve the February check disbursement as presented.
Crown. Support.
Motion made by Tim, supported by Julie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Reports. Item A, DPW report. Again, they've emptied our trash containers, plowed and salted sidewalks, plowed and salted parking lots, and plowed the parking lanes on 53 for us.
It's been a tough winter.
I'm sure they're all tired and ready to be done.
When it started snowing the other day, Brian was like, I'm not bringing out the trash. I don't care what happens.
Yep. Anyone have any questions on DPW? Item B, APD report. Looks like our minutes stay right around the same that they've been doing building checks, 284 minutes last month.
Hey, they came in and checked on us yesterday. We were sitting at the meeting.
Did they? That's nice. Item C, director's report. I'll let Angela talk if you want.
It has been
It's not a short one.
a busy, it has been a busy
Yeah.
month.
Look,
We
Right.
have gotten so much done for Heritage Fest. You can read it and you have your Heritage Fest packet. I'm excited because we are doing great in our timeline. Chili Crawl was amazing. We had the best weather. Everybody was happy and excited. I got to talk to a lot of business owners this past week about like their experience and if they did well, and unanimously everybody I spoke with wanted another event in the spring or summer, because even not just our restaurants, other businesses.
just to bring the people down.
Yes, especially one of our retail locations. She was like, as many as you can do, like Chili Crawl, do it, because I've never had more people stop in my store that like new customers. So that was exciting. I don't know. I loved this year. I always love Chili Crawl, but maybe it was the weather, but it was such a great year, and people stayed down. Like the sidewalks were full for the whole 4 hours. It was awesome. Earth Day cleanup is going. I have the Sign Up Genius done, a Facebook event, flyers. I've had a few people sign up. The school has the flyers, so hopefully we'll start getting more. The Hometown Hero banners, all of those flyers have been updated, and the online forums have been created, and the square links for sponsorships that'll be on our regular agenda. On a regular agenda as well is our fountain maintenance and our survey for the demolition of the American Legion and American Trees bid. So that's most of the downtown. redid our our municipal everyday parking map for a business. Actually, a business asked me to send it to them again, and then I realized it needed to be updated, so I updated it, and I'm going to send it out to all the businesses with the April newsletter so they can share with their customers where's municipal parking and where the private lots are, so they do not get stickers on their car or people yelling at them. I mean, if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer, but
You're still working on some other stuff for summer events aside from the Jeep
Oh.
Week and all that stuff too?
yes.
I know you,
I put it in I didn't print them because I was trying to save ink and paper, but I put them in the electronic packet. There's a few ideas. The events committee is gonna have to meet here probably after spring break and decide exactly what we want to do and when we want to do it. But yes, that's still in progress. And also I forgot to add, and I didn't put this in my director's report, and I meant to. I spoke to Dale about the bookkeeping proposal. He wants to do his own research on what other municipalities charge for those services.
of course he does.
So-
He gave him an amount.
We are waiting for that, and then the Johnson Street lot, I believe Dale made an offer, and he is waiting to hear back from the owner. So that's all I have.
You know if there was a time limit given on that offer by chance? I don't remember. Or do you, Tim?
There
Did
was
you ever talk about any
No, we're-
date or drop dead date or nothing? No.
Okay. New business, item A, finance. Number 1, American Tree Spring Flower Proposal. It is that time of year. Angela included last year's contract and then the new proposed contract. I will say last year's contract did not include the flower boxes, which is why it is significantly higher. We did pay for them obviously later in the year, but they just weren't included in our original contract.
It
So
also did not include the fall plantings.
it did not? Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh, wait, nope, I lied, it did.
Yeah,
Never
I thought-
mind.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed that when I was
Same thing
flipping
else.
through it, yeah. And I
Yeah,
know
that's
that
what-
we did pay for them still.
But again, we paid separately for that one piece last year, so I don't think it's actually a full $1,200 increase.
So it just makes it downtown pretty gross.
Right, and it's,
And they
unless we
take care of
want to start
watering
weeding
and
the
all that.
beds and watering the flowers ourselves, there's
Yeah.
not really much else we can do.
Correct.
And we tried DPW watering and they couldn't really keep up with it,
And
and
it was more expensive.
American Tree did not love that anyways because they thought it compromised the integrity of their plantings and it reflected poorly on them when it wasn't kept up, so I get that.
And this is the last year, just for FYI purposes for the board, this is our last year in our 3-year, every 3 years we go out to bid. So next year,
We'll go out to bid
we'll
again.
go out to
I
bid.
feel like we just went out to bid like last year. Okay.
No.
It was
Wow.
not, I know.
Okay. It feels like it was last year.
And you had said in our meeting last night that you had a hard time getting people to bid, correct?
Yep.
last
They
night?
were
We
the only
did.
ones who bid for, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The watering is the big part, which is why we thought it would be kind of a win-win if DPW could do it, but it ended up costing us more
On
money
overtime and stuff?
and they thought it would take way less time than it did. So the amount of time it took them cost us more money, and they said they would make it work, but it's not really, if we can find somebody else to do it, they would prefer that because it's not feasible for them without going into overtime, and then we're paying overtime, which is even more money.
Make a motion to approve the 2026 downtown spring flowers and landscaping proposal submitted by American Tree in the amount of $13,410.
Motion made by Scott, supported by Tim. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Item 2, Hometown Hero Banner Program. So last year we did those Hometown Hero Banner programs. I feel like it was very well received. The families of the heroes loved them, as did most people in general. So the discussion is, are we doing it again this year? And are we paying for it? Are we asking for sponsors to pay for it or the individuals? How do we want to handle it this year? But last year we paid for it ourselves, correctly?
Well, we also had a sponsorship. No, nobody sponsored, but I figured if we're paying for it again, or if they're paying for it, we should still offer the sponsorship form, and the payment link is ready to go. So we should probably still put that out there in case anybody wants to sponsor any. But it was $1,380 for us to do those banners. So if the DDA wants to pay for them again, I need a motion. And if we want to charge the participants for it, I just need to know one way or the other. Or if we don't want to do it at all, I guess I should know that too. But I thought it was awesome for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
It adds like such a nice hometown touch, just like the kids' artwork. Those and the Hometown Hero banners are my favorite banners we've ever done.
We put any other banners up though on anything? If we have these up, do we have, or are those garbage, the ones that are in the, didn't we have banners that were made at one point in time?
Yes, we have other banners.
We have so many other banners, but no, when the Hometown Hero banners are up, we fill all of them with Hometown Heroes. Right now, the blue ribbon banners are on Van Dyke, and we have this navy blue with the bird spring cloth banners on East and West St. Clair. But yeah, when the Hometown Hero banners are up, I take every last applicant I can, and we fill them. And last
Other
year,
than like the parking ones?
no.
Did you fill the parking ones too? Did we?
Because we
Okay.
had, and
So
I
many?
still had 5 or
That's
6
fine.
people who we didn't have enough room.
Okay.
Personally, I think it is good for the town. And secondly, I think that expense is a small price to pay for honoring those that have given so much back so we can have the freedoms we have to be here saying what we want to say. But that's my personal.
I agree.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
then I'll make a motion to approve the continuation of the Hometown Heroes banner program for 2026 with the DDA covering the cost of the banner production at approximately $60 per banner.
Motion made by Tim, supported by Steve. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Awesome. Item 3, 2026 fountain maintenance contract.
Okay, so I apologize. I got the quote at 4:45 today. So I printed it out, and it is not in your packet, but you have it. So I have 2025's landscape, what we paid. So this is what we paid in the contract last year, $3,078. What we actually paid them was, because this only includes power washing, opening, and closing. It does not include treatments or maintenance beyond that. So what we actually paid last year was $4,158.66. And that was for, besides the treatment that they do at opening, it was for 2 additional treatments. The 2026 quote is about $100 more than it was last year for the exact same things. Pondering Waters, their quote is $2,150, and that includes monthly treatments, or monthly maintenance, which includes a treatment for at least 5 months, potentially 6, depending on
It says 6 on here.
the weather. Right, it does say 6, but
It depends on what.
I'm just, I don't know if that includes the opening one, because like with Landscape Direct, technically we got 3 treatments, but one was
Shock
included
treatment.
with the opening, and then 2 were additional costs. So to be fair, I'm gonna say this includes at least 3 extra treatments, and it includes them coming out and checking everything every month, which
It's like preventative maintenance.
correct, I think is a huge
I do
asset,
too.
because they're
That's what I
gonna,
was just
they
thinking.
can correct things before
It
we end
becomes
up
a big
losing
issue.
hundreds of dollars in water for issues that we didn't even know existed. And so we're getting significantly more for almost half the
You
price.
still never got the quote back though from the guy who talked verbally, correct?
This is him.
This is his, okay.
Yes. So when I talked to him, it was the verbal quote he gave me was just for the spring cleaning and winterization. And I asked him to add on the monthly maintenance just because I wanted to see if it was gonna be still less. So we don't have to do the monthly maintenance. We can just do the spring cleaning and winterization at $1,100. I think if we're saving almost $2,000, we might as well do the monthly maintenance.
Feature almost of the entire.
I do too.
Seriously, right?
Yeah.
I think that's huge. I do have a question though, and I have never thought twice about this, and it just happened to catch my eye. On Landscape Direct's contract, drinking fountain is on there.
They power wash the
Okay, there's
Yeah.
nothing else that has to be done to that?
nothing because it
Okay.
doesn't work.
Okay, can we get them to add that?
I can get him to add it, but he
Yeah.
knows about it.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
I mean.
Verbally, he
Yes,
knows?
he
Okay.
knows.
I just never once thought twice about the drinking fountain until that just caught my
Yep,
eye.
I sent him
Okay.
pictures of the fountain and the drinking
Okay.
fountain. He said, I know exactly where that's at.
Okay,
So,
cool. I mean, why would we not have monthly maintenance on top of everything and still spend less money? I think. Yeah.
Part where it says, turn on the pump, that means opening, right?
yes, that's the
Okay.
opening, yeah.
Alright.
I know they're a little bit different than Landscape Directs, but
We never got hold of that other one I mentioned.
I did call them and they said they do like home landscaping, they don't do
Okay.
municipal. Yeah, I talked to him this morning.
I'll make the motion that we approve the 2026 fountain maintenance contract with Pondering Waters in an amount of $2,150, contingent of, in the amount of $2,150.
Second.
Motion made by Tim, seconded by Scott. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Item 4, 117 School Street Survey Pre-Demolition Services.
So I had, well, obviously, you know that we had a few demo companies come look at it. And then our esteemed councilman, Mr. Bob Miller, asked me if I would give him a tour. So we went in there and he pointed out a few things about the building that I had never noticed before because it's pitch black in there. This has nothing to do with the survey, but there's been an active fire. It is like, I think that's why the American Legion moved out. The whole ceiling is charred, like black. But he said, you really need to have a survey first. You don't want to start demoing before you have it surveyed because that protects you, that protects the demo company. He was like, I can't
You don't
believe
want to run into
Nobody has-
asbestos or any other funky stuff.
Right, so he said, I really think you need to have this surveyed, and then I guess the village is looking to have the gas Becker lot surveyed as well, so Dale was trying to,
2 for 1.
I don't know, he said, let him know who we use, so that they can do gas Becker at the same time, but I reached out to, I think, 6 survey companies. I've gotten quotes back from 2. The one in Armada said he would have me a quote. I called him today and left a message. I've not got a quote from him, but I have a quote from somebody in Emily City and a quote from somebody in Lapeer. I do not believe this is required, but I think it's probably prudent to make sure that we know what property is actually ours, especially when the lines are, the buildings are attached, so.
Right. I have a couple questions.
Okay.
R.A. Duffler is quoting 2,200 and saying they would find or reset the property corners, stake the sidelines, and do a legal drawing of the property. Davis is saying they would conduct a boundary survey with a certified drawing, and it's less. And they're not clear on any additional work. I wonder if they are actually resetting the corners and staking the lines.
So when I verbally spoke to him on the phone, I already had the Emily City survey, and I said, this is what I'm looking for. So I assume that, but I can obviously
Want it
double check. But
clarified.
when I talked to him, I said, like, I need it staked, I need the boundaries because I'm demoing. And he said, okay,
So Duffler was the county surveyor, official, Pure County position, and a highly regarded surveyor. I've used him for many, many years. Very reputable, does a good job. Judges all respect him. That's my input. Davis,
Have you had any experience with Davis?
a little bit, but nothing that would put him, make him even equally reputable to Duffler.
so Duffler is the one that Holly recommended. He's the first one I contacted. And then I just contacted a couple of more just to have, or a few more to have,
And then my other question is, before we do this, are we or are we not supposed to be having a phase 2 environmental study done first before we do anything? Wasn't that council's requirement? I thought there was. No, I'm just asking. I don't want to upset the apple cart here.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
That's where I'm at. Like, we've talked about environmental so much, I
kind
can't.
of think either way, we need to have a survey done to know exactly.
Yeah, I think we need to do the survey first anyways, just to
Okay.
see what the property lines are, because we do own it. And then I can inquire back into historicals and bring back to you guys about the environmental.
Okay.
Because you guys made the purchase, I don't think council had any say.
Well, so I kind of talked to Dale about this a while ago, and I said, so do we need an environmental survey or not? And he said, because
If one was not done, if none was done, I would.
so there was one done, but it was before.
Not by us.
It was before it was EAGLE, whatever the acronym was before. And only a phase 1 was done, and I gave him the whatever letter there was saying that
Initial findings.
whatever it was. I can't recall off the top of my head. It was a while ago. And he said he would, it was asked from council, so he was gonna.
Yeah, the only thing I remember is we suggested, because we didn't have any say in it, and that it be done before the purchase, but I don't remember having any discussions after the purchase but it probably should be something that should be discussed. May even take it back to subcommittee level to talk about it and figure out what should and needs to be done to recommend back to the boards, would be my suggestion. So we can, that would give us a way to try and get the historical perspective on it, and then figure out from an environmental perspective what we actually need to do, since it's going, the proposal is going to be that the majority of it's going to be a parking lot with maybe a little bit of green space.
Okay.
Is everybody consensus with going in that direction? And that's a great point to bring up. So, I would say, my opinion's this. I know it's about a $400 differential, but, or $400 to $600 differential, but if Duffler's got a good reputation and he's spelled out everything within the quote, and we verbally told the other guy, but it's not written, I would rather go with what we have in writing, or I'd be more comfortable doing that and paying a little bit extra to do it. That's just my thought.
I will also say that he was the easiest to communicate with. Everybody else was hard to get a hold of or had no office hours, so you had to, leave a message and called you back.
I'll make the motion that we proceed to approve the quote from Richard A. Duffler, Land Survey LLC, in the amount of $2,200 for the survey on 117 School Street.
Support.
Motion made by Tim, supported by Steve. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item 5, which will be your extra packet over here. Quarters from the Finance Committee, quarter 3 budget amendment.
We're not gonna do this every quarter, by the way. This was just something that was presented, by our outgoing finance person. And one thing that we talked about last night is we can also, if the board doesn't want to approve this, we can look at doing a final one
Year-end.
when we come out with the new budget at the end of the year, which is not uncommon to do an amended prior year budget to solidify your numbers and reallocate some things based on spending, and then also vote on a branded budget, so.
Kiesler, that recommended
Yes.
to do this, and she give you the basis.
Well,
Why she
most of
was
this
thinking
is,
that
so the easiest way to explain it, most of this is related to the new accounts that we asked her to create to separate things, so we can see the police, the DPW, and administrative stuff for Angela separately. The other two pieces, most of what this increase is related to her pay increase and the insurance that we were fighting for in last year's budget that we never got the approval for, that now we need to put in there. So of that $10,900 in additional expenses, $10,000 of it is related to her insurance and the change in pay.
This is bias on my part, because I thought Kiesler was excellent. So if she's recommending it, I think we should do it.
Again, I just was given that option out there if anybody was uncomfortable.
Is this totally what Kim gave us, or did you guys make amendments to this as well?
She recommended it. The only thing I changed was she recommended for quarter 2 and we tabled it, so I just put quarter 3.
Okay.
Her recommendations, I did not touch. The only thing I manually entered was our income, because we got the village, township, and county. So I entered all of those. I changed those because we got those. And I had to manually enter all of the year to date.
Right, okay.
Because
None of the
None of the
amendments.
proposed stuff.
none of her recommended
Okay.
changes
No.
I
So
touched.
I still take issue with increasing our police budget.
And we talked about this last night. we all agree that we do not need to necessarily increase that because we've used for the most part, what we needed to use, we used.
Well,
with
and
the
I'm just
holiday.
of the mind that other people think that if it's in our budget, we need to use 100% of it, and I just don't want that out there. I'd rather, however you need to refigure that total for the police area to make it 11,000, I think that's what it needs to stay at because that is what we budgeted. And if it goes over, that's one thing, but I don't want an extra $3,430 sitting there for other people to think that needs to be used.
I agree. So what if I round up?
Well, we already know we're short in covering the capital outlay.
So what if I-
We're gonna end up paying for that.
Just
survey.
round up on all those numbers to make the total 11,000. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then I explained this to the finance committee last night. I don't know if anybody else even wants to know, but for the local community stabilization share. So the year-to-date actual, we don't get this until this.
The next fiscal year starts.
Yes. So this number that we've actually got is for last year. So when we budgeted for 37,000, it was because we already knew, like we had already had the check. So the next check we get, which will probably be in the next fiscal year, but it will be for this fiscal year. So that is the one part that's kind of confusing and will never align because they use calendar year and not fiscal.
Got it.
And also the refunds and reimbursements are for the things like the light pole. And like things we were reimbursed for from the insurance or
Right.
whatnot.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I just really remember from before that I did not care for. Other than that,
Yeah, I can
kind
make,
of a it is what it is type situation.
I can round that up to make those numbers not total any more than 11,000, and then obviously that's canceled out in our contract we budgeted for.
I'll make the motion to adopt the third quarter budget amendment for fiscal year 2026, provided we make those changes down to the 11,000 and roll that into some other areas.
Motion made by Scott, supported by Steve. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, item 6, streetscape damage.
I don't know if you guys remember, but was it the Sunday Sunday
After
Heritage
Thanksgiving,
Fest weekend? No, this is the Heritage Fest weekend.
different
And
one.
it was not anything related to Heritage Fest. It was well after. Somebody crashed into a pot and our flower beds and did some damage, a lot of damage. I have the police report included in here, but the police found, they left, and the police found them and ticketed them, so we know who it is. I have tried to contact their insurance numerous times, and I thought I made headway because the person that was ticketed emailed and asked FOIA'd for the invoices for the amount in damage. So I sent that to them, and then I have heard nothing since.
Who's the carrier?
AAA.
Oh,
Who is notoriously somebody who has worked with AAA before. They are the worst to communicate with because, well, they're huge, and
I brought this up last night because I think we either need to send an attorney letter or ask Dale to send a letter from the city manager to force their hand. Because they won't pay if they're not forced.
I think you go after the driver, and then AAA is the insurer for that driver. They're supposed to step forward and maybe start a lawsuit. Do you have any idea what the amount of the damage claim?
I think it's a little over $2,000.
Over what?
$2,000.
2,000? So we're starting to sue. Unfortunately,
No.
it tends to cost
I
more.
mean,
Yeah.
You got small claims, but even that, when you get a judgment, it could sit there forever.
I would just like, I think if we, well, I shouldn't even say that. I have no idea if they're going to respond, but it is the insurances. I mean, when you have auto insurance,
Property damage.
it's
Cover
property
your
damage,
damage.
which even
Yeah.
the lowest property damage covers $3,000. So unless they had nothing but,
LPD.
yeah, if they only had
Even that
PLPD,
case,
then
yeah.
maybe.
Some
But-
damage.
I didn't think that AAA, I thought that AAA offered, like, you had to have a certain amount. I might be wrong on that, but
We talked to our attorney for.
I have not.
We haven't done
This
anything.
is-
I brought this up last night because I knew it's been lingering out there, so I recommend that we pursue something else
I
to force this person's hand.
I recommend we give consensus to let Angela talk to our attorney and explain the situation and get their opinion on what the best way to follow up is.
And like the
before we
most
can-
cost effective way, obviously, because Dale's idea was go to small claims court, but that's gonna,
So are the driver and the owner the same person? Do we know?
no, it's the parent.
Okay, where does owner live? Where does driver live?
I believe they live in the same residence, but I cannot tell you that because it's redacted.
Sorry?
It's
It's
redacted.
blacked out on the report. Yes.
Yeah, I know, yeah, but
They're in Almont. I know that.
oh, okay. Yeah, so it would be within our district here. Yeah, in actuality, the Dale could start the small claims. It could no attorneys in small claims. And then the judgment, well, judgment can be enforced. Seize the car. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do. Bank
Yeah,
account,
you could see that.
they garnish wages, state income tax refund. There's so many things you can do and pursue it. So just have to apply some pressure.
Yeah, but at what cost?
To start the lawsuit is,
Yeah, I mean,
Setting-
we're probably gonna spend close to whatever the damage is. It's
on what?
having the attorney, one, consulting them, that takes time. Then writing a demand letter, that's gonna be another hour. Then filing a motion, that's another few hours. And you have back and forth. It's gonna be close to what it's at. So I think that it's just more work for Angela. I don't know. I don't have another solution, but I feel like starting a lawsuit plus then who's gonna do the collections? I mean, it was for a business that is a law office, it's easier to do it because you're not paying lawyer fees. But for us, it's different because we have to pay for an attorney to do it. That's why it makes it more worth it.
There are no attorneys in small claims, and the limit is $6,000, they're finally go up to $7,500. Dale can draft the complaint, we can certainly help.
Just gotta go to the office to draft up a complaint, right?
Yeah, it's a simple form.
Yeah.
It's what they call a scale form, Supreme Court Administrative Office. It's a form you fill out and you file it. There's maybe a $75 filing fee. And then Dale shows up at the hearing, no lawyers, and you get a judgment entered. And then maybe some pressure, but Dale can do all of that. You don't need an attorney. And if Dale would need any guidance, hi Dale, happy to help him out.
I mean, at least
What's the
something
cost?
should be done to get the money back.
Yeah, I get that. Is Dale gonna be the right person to do that, or
Is
is
Dale
that
gonna do
falling-
that for us?
Is that falling Angela?
It was his, he's the one who said
Small claims.
we
he brought
should
it
go
up.
to small claims.
Yes, but when Dale says we, he means you, not him.
When Dale goes to small claims,
Dale's not going.
doesn't he bring an attorney with him?
Oh.
He does.
You can't.
Well, the attorney has to sit in the back row with duct tape over his or her mouth because he can't speak. There are no appearances by attorneys. And if Dale is bringing that, does he bring his attorney to bed with him at night or what?
No, I'm just,
That makes absolutely no sense.
okay. I'm just,
I get what
Bringing up
you're getting
that-
at. That was my thought. How much money are we gonna spend to collect a couple grand? If a demand letter gets it done, what's it
Well,
gonna
that's
cost
kind
us?
of
A couple $100? That's
So-
great. Let's try, but
We're not attorneys, obviously, but that was
Right.
our thought last night. Like, if we can just send a demand letter from an attorney or even from the village
Answer
manager
to the insurance company.
to the insurance company and say, we will be pursuing. Yeah, I mean, we could send it to the insurance company and the individual.
Right.
mhm.
I can give the letter to the police department without getting their address and they can send it to.
I mean, a person's address is public record. I don't see why that's
So
problem,
have you
but-
been in contact with AAA's claims department? It's a specific department that takes any claims, and something should be directed to them, to that department.
I have been in contact with them several times and I have sent them the invoices at least 3 times. And then I hear nothing. And every time you call, you talk to
Somebody else.
somebody different. So I feel
Okay.
like,
You're talking to a claims adjuster,
yes.
so they're giving you the middle finger, basically.
Yeah.
And
No,
they-
I think they're just
get away with
trying,
it.
yeah, they're trying to ride it out so that either it go, hoping that,
This is what insurance
Goes away.
companies do regularly. So if for that amount of money, you'll just go away. So if this board wants them to just say, okay, we like your middle finger, we'll just go along with it.
Kick
Or
for that.
in some respect, in a certain respect, when we get.
it's so loud now, I don't.
When we get into litigation, we tell our clients, frequently it's a matter of what are you going to get out of it? So looking at it from a financial standpoint, whatever you're investing in, or is it a matter of principle? And in this situation, I kind of like the principle, but may decide it's just not worth the endeavor. I think I would want to pursue it, put a little pressure on. I think you very well get results, but
I almost feel like I wish that I could speak to the person directly because the only reason they would have asked for that information is to submit it to their insurance company. Like it was the kid It wasn't the mom who emailed, it was the driver.
But they're both liable.
Well,
Owner
oh,
and
no, I
driver.
know, but I think the only reason they would have emailed asking for the invoices for the amount of damage is to send to the insurance company. So I feel like they may believe that the insurance company took
But they may
care
not
of
end
it.
up to fully disclose the amount of damage that was done to the other stuff. They were just using that to get their car fixed.
Oh, maybe. I didn't even think of that.
Well, you said you emailed them. Can you send another email saying, hey, you asked for information. Did you submit a claim? There's been no action from your insurance company, and we need to have this resolved.
Follow up and find out if they paid out a claim for just the car, and did they not know that there was property damage as well? I bet you they might have paid for the car claim and not realized or weren't told that there was property damage. There's two parts to the claim.
That might be the first step.
I mean, the insurance company definitely knew, and they just,
Okay, then they're dragging their feet. They don't want to pay.
like, if you submit invoices for pots, that's that's property damage. But I can email them first. They actually emailed Dale or Kim. I actually think they emailed Kim, and he asked me for it. So I emailed it to him, and he sent it off, but I'm sure he still has the email address that it came from. So I will ask him, and I will see what they say. Do we want to wait until April to make any other decisions? Or if they don't respond, do we want something?
For consensus or a motion to start a small claims court.
I would,
They have to do a motion.
I would do a
to push
demand
Dale to
letter.
Do his job.
I would do a demand letter from the attorney to the insurance company and the insured before we bother going to small claims court. Because at the end of the day, what does a judgment get you if this kid doesn't have a job, doesn't,
Well, it goes up to
doesn't
the
have
parents.
income?
But the owner's
Right.
responsible too.
Yeah,
And how old is the kid?
right, yeah. Who knows?
That's true, because you can stay on your parents' insurance till you're, what, 26?
I don't know, awfully old now. I don't
I
know.
don't think we can get a judgment against a kid if he's a minor either.
The owner of the vehicle was an adult, though.
Yes, you can.
So
If, against a minor?
Yes.
Yeah, you're driving a car. You're old enough. to
You get a
drive.
license at age of 16, and you think you have no responsibility? Yeah, you do.
Okay.
And because you're required to get insurance. And the carrier's probably saying, they're not going to pursue this because it's only $2,000, so we'll just ignore them. Which is-
Send the message.
So I used to work in insurance, and AAA is one of the only carriers that insures at a cost-effective way youthful drivers, and I think that this is how they get away with it. They're also the hardest to contact. They're the hardest to get. Even when you work at an insurance office, trying to file a claim with them is a nightmare. If you go to Yarborough's and ask them which carrier they wish they didn't carry, they would say AAA, because it is absolutely horrendous.
Adjusters are rewarded for killing claims.
Yep.
Yes.
Incentivized.
So if I do not get a response from the individual, and I'll try the claims department one more time too when I do that.
I would say then ask if Dale can at least follow up or do the small claims. And if he's pushed back on that, then we'll ask our attorney to send a letter, would be my recommendation.
Wait, we want small claims before the demand letter? I just need
Oh.
consensus.
Well, the demand letter would be first, and if that's ignored, which probably will be from everything that's been said here, then you start suit in simple filling out a form. And very frequently, the defendant does not show up, and you just get a default judgment. And then you take steps to enforce the judgment.
Okay, so I just want to be clear, I'm going to if I do not get a response from the final time I try to contact AAA and email the driver, I'm going to contact the attorney to draft a demand letter to both the insurance and the
She doesn't have to have a motion to allow anymore,
Okay.
right? We don't have to make a motion to allow you to contact the attorney.
No, I think that was only for
Yeah, that's expired.
That was for the
That was last fiscal year.
Okay.
No, she can.
I just need to make sure I'm going in the right
Yes.
direction.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right, discussion, item A, Earth Day.
We already talked about this in my
Right.
director's report.
Did we do it? Were we supposed to, you made a motion, were we supposed to?
That?
Yeah, did you make a motion? Okay.
No, I just was
Okay,
recommending
that was your
a course of
okay,
action.
recommendation.
No motion, course of action.
Yeah. Item B, Heritage Festival, read your Heritage Fest packet, watch
That's
the
such a big pack.
the discussion. We're not gonna go through all that again. Old business, item A, chili crawl again, we discussed, it was great,
That's amazing.
we love it. There is no public comment, 'cause there's no one here. Board questions and comments, Scott?
No, she answered my question on the lot from Dale, where it's at.
Steve?
All set.
Tim?
Just two quick things. I like our motion sheet.
Okay, good.
That's helpful. And something in your director's report, I think that goes unnoticed every week, but every month, but it's not mentioned as much, but I think I've seen great improvement on, and I think it really has a bigger influence than people think, is your visits and reports on visits to the businesses. Because that, I don't think the general public realizes how much time that takes in doing the face-to-face, and you're doing it weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, and I think it has a positive effect on the businesses, and I know that it shows here, so I just wanted to say that it has been noticed, and I appreciate it, so.
Thank you. And this month was especially good because even when you have to have hard conversations, like one of the business owners was upset about something, when you can talk to them face to face and explain, like they were upset that their facade grant wasn't half of what they asked for. And I explained to them, well, each segment has its own guidelines. And once they knew that they got as much as they could, they were happy as can be. But they never reached out to me before that. So me just popping in there, eased bitterness, festering, whatever bitterness that they had against us that I would have never known about if I hadn't spoken, if I hadn't gone in there.
Absolutely.
Well, that's just an important part of the report we hardly ever talk about, and I just wanted to make it verbally. And I apologize for my absence last night.
You're fine.
Melissa?
I've got nothing.
Charlie?
I got enough.
Julie? Thank you all for being here. That's all I got. Any future agenda items? Anybody have anything we need to discuss? Thoughts, plans, ideas, hopes,
I
dreams?
need to have an events committee meeting we're waiting till after spring break.
Okay.
Enjoy your children.
Okay. Happy Easter, happy spring break. Let's adjourn this meeting at 8 p.m. on the dot.